Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about the case of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Today, stepfather Daniel Martell in court, and it's not looking good. And some very interesting information that the RCMP has put out that they have never said before. A lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Hold on. What did I just do to my computer? 1 second. How do I get that off? Give me a second, y'all. I just completely, I don't know why this thing comes up. I want to exit out of it. Okay. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. And your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is March 2nd, 2026. It is currently 6:24 p.m. in the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Good to see you all. Daniel Martell indicted. And guys, it's getting interesting. It's starting to turn around for Jack and Lily. I really feel that. This is finally the day is coming. It is starting to turn around for Jack and Lily. Very interesting words, RCMP statement that was put out. The media speaks on it when I've never seen it in Jack and Lily's case so far. Guys, before we get started, if you don't mind, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would be so thankful, and share the live out would mean so much as well. Good to see everyone in chat. Hopefully you all are well. Hello, Susan, Jerry Lynn, Sherry, Christy, Connie, Tina, Valencian, good to see you. Sharon, Christy. Okay, it's moving too fast now. Baby kisses. Hey, everyone. Good to see everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Psalms. Appreciate your love. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate that, my dear. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you. And thank you for being a member as well. Miss Lori, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you as well. Thank you for being a member. Really do appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. Okay, guys. Ooh, they got some new video out as well. I want to start out with a specific article. Oh, I got to sign in here because I do subscribe to their paid articles, because they have someone, Jack and Lily, that you got to pay for. And it says something at the bottom of this article. We'll get to the videos and all of that, I promise you. But I want to get to this article first because it says something very important in my opinion. Sherry, my 14 months. Wow, my favorite YouTuber. That's so sweet, Sherry. Thank you so much. I didn't think I was anybody's favorite. Thank you so much, Miss Sherry. Appreciate you very much, my love. Good to see you and appreciate you so much. Oh, wow. You both said the same thing. Wow. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Roxy, thank you so much, love. Appreciate you very much. You guys are OGs and you're always here. And I appreciate you, every single one of you, that take time out of your day to spend with me and all that. So I do appreciate you. Get this. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Left the other chat and I'm here. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Look at Daniel going through those metal detectors. Stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children makes first court appearance. The stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children, Jack and Lilly Sullivan, faced a judge for the first time Monday on charges of SA, assault, and forcible confinement of an adult as a crowd gathered in a rural courtroom in the town of Pictou. The criminal charges against Daniel Martell are not directly related to the RCMP major crime investigation into the disappearance of Lily, 6, and Jack, now 5. Mr. Martell, 34 years old, who has been charged in late January, did not have a lawyer, but Legal Aid Nova Scotia Defense Counsel Nick Hone represented him for the appearance, waiving the reading of the charges. The adult complaint's identity is protected by a publication ban. The alleged crimes took place between September 1, 2024 and March 30th, 2025 in Lansdowne Station, according to court documents. I think we can pretty much probably say who victim is. They're not using it, but I would assume, and that's just an assumption, that it would be Malaya, right? But just wait. Tina, thank you so much for tweeting. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your support, my love. And the Northeaster, hey, darling, good to see you. Still laughing, Daniel? Sure, looks like you aren't. Get this, Northeaster. Today was the first day that Daniel didn't take questions from the media. First day. Isn't that interesting? PGH, 8 months. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Love you all. Not as much as we love you. Appreciate you, love. Good to see you. Thank you, Miss Cassie. Hello, Peggy, Disco, Linda, Joyous, Green Eyes. Hello, everyone, and good to see you all. Yes, as you're coming in, please hit that thumbs up button. Okay. Mr. Martell, looking serious and downcast, stood with his arms at the side as senior Crown prosecutor Bill Gorman told Provincial Court Justice Cameron McKean that he elected to prosecute by indictment. Again, Daniel was looking serious and downcast, stood with his arms at his side. Senior Crown prosecutor Bill Gorman told the Provincial Court Justice Cameron McKean that he elected to prosecute by indictment. That means any conviction would involve more severe penalties. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. It really is. It'll be a better day soon, I really believe. The justice is on its way. Oh, happy birthday to your son, Leslie. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to us, please. Okay. Now, the disappearance of Jack and Lily has been a focus of the intensive RCMP major crime investigation after their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, and Mr. Martell reported them missing on the early morning of May 2nd, 2025. Again, that is major crime investigations that RCMP has never answered why major crimes was involved if it's just a disappearance. But we're going to get to something in a second. RCMP spokesperson, listen to this. Listen to this. This is the first time I have seen it quoted like this. Listen to this very closely. And again, this is the RCMP spokesperson, Allison Girard, in a recent update about the case. Recent update about the case, okay? She said, quote, investigators are evaluating all scenarios, comma, including criminality. Including criminality. That's the first time that I have seen the RCMP say that word in a quote, including they would say all possibilities are on the table, or I'm not ready to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We'll just have to see where the investigation goes. Yes. Yes, major crimes. But this is the RCMP spokesperson, Allison Girard, in a recent update about the case said, quote, investigators are evaluating all scenarios, including criminality. Again, RCMP has been on this since day one, right? But major crimes was there the next day. The next day. Aaron, we are available on widescreen. There's just 2 live streams going on. If you go to my channel and go to the live section, we've got it for the other way as well. Good. We need some good news for once. I'm praying it leads to finding Jack and Lily. Yeah, me too. Me too. And I think we're getting somewhere. Remember, guys, a case can always, like a lot of times civil cases or whatever will eventually end up turning criminal for whatever reason. It's very common. Just like I believe this is going to bleed over into Jack and Lily's case. It is not right now. I want to make that extremely clear. 2 separate cases, but one man, right? Outside the Pictou courtroom, a number of people gathered seeking answers about the 2 missing children. I would like to thank everybody that was outside there today locally for Jack and Lily on behalf of myself and everyone on this channel who follows Jack and Lily's case. Thank you for taking your time out of your day, taking time to make signs and staying in the cold and all of that. Thank you for being there today for Jack and Lily. Whether you've ever watched me or not, I just want to thank you on behalf of myself and this entire channel, because Jack and Lily are very, very special to a lot of us. So, justice for Jack and Lily. Where are Jack and Lily? No means no. A car with several painted signs is parked in front of the courthouse. Neon posters on the windows of a parked car outside said, "Justice for Jack and Lily. Where are Jack and Lily? And if they are not in the woods, where are they?" The children's aunt and family, Cheryl Robinson, said the court appearance was particularly emotional for her because Monday was exactly 10 months since Jack and Lily disappeared. Quote, "I feel like the RCMP are going to solve what happened to Jack and Lily," end quote. That's coming from Cheryl, by the way. She said in an interview. After his court appearance, Mr. Martell refused to answer questions about the charges as he briskly left the courthouse, his cousin, Logan McKenzie, at his side. This is a picture of Mr. Martell walking very briskly out of the courthouse. He looks better there than he's looked in a while. He got some new pants and stuff. I'm glad. I hope, one thing I do hope about Daniel, I hope he's getting clean. I hope he's working on that before he potentially goes to jail. I really do. I really do, because addiction is in my opinion, a big reason why Jack and Lily are missing. What do you mean you can't see it? You can't. What do you mean you can't see it? You can't see what the picture? You don't see the picture of Daniel right there? PGH, love you all. We love you, darling. Thank you so much for your support. Really, really do appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, my love. And Robert, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you. Oh, here, I'll make it bigger. 1 second. If you received that pearl necklace, make sure you thank our dear Robert for gifting that. Thank you so much, my friend. Yeah, here, I'll check this out. I'll upload this so you can see it better. There we go. That's Mr. Martell walking briskly out of the courtroom. And again, this is the first time Daniel's never wanted to be in front of a camera. I'm just mad. I really am. I'm just mad at all of this. I just don't know why people have to do things like this to kids. I really don't. I don't get it. But he refused to talk about the charges. When Mr. Martell was asked if he thinks the charges have anything to do with the case of Jack and Lily, he said no, adding that the RCMP have said as much already. Quote, when pressed, he raised his voice. I just said they're not related, he said, striding across a snow-covered parking lot. Mr. Martell had previously denied any involvement in the disappearance of Jack and Lily. The criminal charges against Mr. Martell have not yet been proven in court. So I just want to say that he is innocent until and unless proven guilty in a court of law with these charges. Mr. Martell's next court appearance is March 30th. That is 28 days from now, but who's counting? He expected to confirm a formal retainer with the Nova Scotia legal aid lawyer and make an election, or also known as a plea. Okay, so a lot going on there. Marlene, good to see you, my love. 7 months. Really do appreciate you. Proud to be a member of this awesome family. Thank you so much, Marlene. I appreciate you for that. Thank you guys so much. I'll be honest with you. I was just not having the best day today. And I just get on here and you guys are just so amazing. You guys always just brighten me up. Hey, Justin. Okay. Thank you, Magdalena. I got you. Yeah. I really don't believe after all the time they have found nothing yet. These poor babies. I'm disappointed, disgusted. That's how long it has taken them to find them. So, I believe that they have found a lot. There's enough that many times someone did something or whatever, but it's not enough to take to court at the same time, right? To take to court at the same time. This is today, by the way. Oh yeah, get into it, girlfriend. Get into it. It works both ways. You cheer us up too. Thank you so much, honey. Appreciate you.
Daniel Martell appeared in Pictou Provincial Court on Monday on charges of sexual assault, and forcible confinement. He's the stepfather of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who have been missing since last May. The charges against the 34-year-old Martell involve an adult complainant whose identity is protected by a publication ban. Interested members of the public packed the courtroom for the brief appearance. At the hearing, Martell stood with his hands clasped at his waist and stared forward as he appeared before the judge. Bill Gorman is the Crown lawyer handling the case. He says Martell will return to court later this month.
And that would be to confirm the formal retainer by Nova Scotia Legal Aid and to deal with the issue of election and or plea, depending upon the level of court that's elected to.
Martell left the courthouse quickly and did not speak to the media. His next court appearance is set for March 30th. Ali Thompson, CBC News, Pictou. Daniel Martell appeared in Pictou Provincial Court on Monday on charges of sexual assault, and forcible confinement. He's the stepfather of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who have been missing since last May. The charges against the 34-year-old Martell,
still wearing that gold necklace,
involve an adult complainant whose identity is protected by a publication ban.
You can tell he's nervous. You can tell he's nervous right there.
Members protected by a identity complainant whose identity is protected by a publication ban.
Daniel can't control his temper. That's his problem. What is he accused of? He is accused of SA. And then on top of that, assault. And then on top of that, confinement of an adult. Prosecutor Gorman has 37 years experience. Yeah, they said, I will say that I've heard from people in the courtroom today, and they said he was very, very nervous, which I expect him to be, right? Because who wouldn't be, right? I mean, you're in court, you're going to be nervous, unless you're an attorney or you're used to being in court. I think anyone's a little bit rattled, but if you're in court with this, no place I'd want to be. You know what I mean? Okay. We got global news now.
Walks into the Pictou County Provincial Courthouse Monday morning, met by a symphony of shutter clicks. He's been charged with 1 count of assault, 1 count of sexual assault, and 1 count of unlawful confinement against an adult female between September 2024 and March 2025.
The window of the charge, the multiple charges that are before the court are beyond 12 months. I would proceed by indictment based upon the time frame of the charges because there is no statute of limitations per se, other if you're proceeding by way of indictment.
Martell first became a familiar figure in the media when his stepchildren, 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, went missing on May 2nd, 2025. To this day, Nova Scotia RCMP say the case remains a missing persons investigation, and Martell maintains his innocence. But now, these new allegations put Martell under a different spotlight. There was only standing room left in Pictou County's Courtroom A as Martell was arraigned on his charges. His appearance lasted no more than 3 minutes before Judge McKean dismissed him. Leaving the courtroom immediately after, Martell declined media's request for comment. Despite the heightened interest in this case, the Crown wants to remind the public that in the eyes of the court, this matter is separate from that of missing children, Lily and Jack Sullivan. And as such, the victim's identity must be protected.
And that violation of a publication ban can be the subject of police investigation and or charges. Tread carefully.
Martell is currently in the process of retaining counsel. His next day in court will be March 30th. Ella MacDonald, Global News, Pictou, Nova Scotia.
Okay, let's wait. I want to play that again.
Daniel is innocent. Martell maintained. There was as Martell was.
Where was it? I want to see him walking across.
Courtroom immediately after, Martell declined media's request for comment. Despite the heightened interest in this case, the Crown wants to remind the.
So, Yes, this is amazing. He didn't speak. Yeah, this is the first time Mr. Martell has not spoken since in all of this. Usually he's there for the cameras, right? To plead his innocence and all that. He has, I want to make clear that he has a right to speak or not speak, of course. Um, again, we have no idea who necessarily the victim is 100%, as it is closed because this person is a victim. But one thing I hope, if it's, let's say for instance, if it's not one of his exes, remember I have spoken to one of Daniel's most recent girlfriends, and she has given me text message to show you guys. And this, in my opinion, is a pattern of behavior with him. Because let's think about this for one moment. If there is more than these, well, first of all, these people don't change. They don't change. Like I said, it's a pattern. And for instance, if if one is Malaya, again, we don't know specifics, but if we think about the other girlfriend that I showed you text messages when he said he wanted to R her while she was asleep, and if she woke up and said, "Stop, it hurts," that he was only going to do it harder. That's a pattern. That is a pattern, folks. And if there is, I hope that that is brought up. I hope that's brought up in future. Because to me, it just, again, we can only assume, or have an opinion about, rather, because it is between September, when is it? September 2024 or something like that, and April of 2025. And the only person that at least we're publicly aware of that Daniel was with was Jack and Lily's mom at that time. Right. That's the only person that publicly that we're aware of that he was with. And I hope this is a start for Jack and Lily. I find it quite interesting how in the beginning, not in the beginning, I apologize. I find it very interesting how, sorry, I'm trying to pull up something here. About 3 weeks or so before Daniel was formally charged with this, he was asked the question about Malaya. The question the media asked him was, Malaya claims that you was abusive to her. And he said, no. And then it just so happens 2-3 weeks later, again, we don't know who the victim technically is. But after this comes out about Malaya, and then Daniel speaks about the accusations, he declined, or he said it didn't happen. Then he's charged with a victim's SA, also assault, also confinement. I don't find that a coincidence. Just my opinion, though. I just want to know, where are Lily and Jack? This case is so heartbreaking. It really is. And we've got to do something. It's coming. I'm telling you. You just, look at this. Look at this picture. Look at little Lily right there. Look at Jack. They should be here. They should be here right now. And they're not. And they're not. And it's like everyone knows, in my opinion, that Jack and Lily, something really bad happened to them. Really bad happened, right? What's this? 1 second.
Stepfather of two missing Nova Scotia children has been arraigned on charges of assault, unlawful confinement, and sexual assault. Daniel Martell was arrested in January. There's a publication ban on any information that would identify the alleged victim. Martell is the stepfather of Lily and Jack Sullivan, who were reported missing from their Pictou County home 10 months ago. Police have said the charges are not related to the children's disappearance. Martell will be back in court at the end of the month for election and plea.
Okay, and he's either going to, like at the end of the, I guess it's very similar as in Canada as it is in the United States, that there is no statute of limitation between, it depends here, and I don't know about SA. That is different than R here, which that there is a statute of limitation on sometimes SA, but not, there's never a statute of limitation on R, right? Just want you to remember this right here.
To be honest.
Oops. Get that where we don't have a commercial here. Guys, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. We're almost at 40,000 on this channel. Thanks to you guys. Really, really do appreciate every single one of you. Oh my God, Joyous. Thank you so much, honey. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. I've been waiting just like everyone else for today. More will be coming, Mr. Gentleman. It is. It really is. I'm very emotional about today because I feel like it's finally the start. It's finally the start. Thank you so much, Miss Joyce. I appreciate you. It's I don't know. Just listen to Daniel right here. Let me find it.
Talking.
And so when you say interviews, that would be recorded on the record.
1 second here.
Your phone.
She also monitored mine. We both had the same passwords on our phone. And
I want to tell you guys, this was, it says 3 weeks ago, according to YouTube, February 4th, 2026. But the interview was recorded January 6th. And he was formally charged January, I can't remember, sometimes in the 1st of January. Sometime it was right after this interview.
her friends, she blocked her friends on my phone, and she blocked them on her own phone.
So how would you describe your relationship before the children went missing?
Yes. I don't really want to talk on that because I don't really want to talk on too much to do with Malaya. it's best that we don't.
Okay. And so you mentioned that there were some accusations about your past drug use.
Mhm.
I've read some things about it being drug use that week, the week the children went missing. Is there any truth to that?
No, I didn't have any drugs. And Major Crimes knows that, or they would have, charged me with possession of drugs or drug paraphernalia. There was nothing at the house. So, and they know that.
What is your history in terms of the drug use? What would you like to share, just to clear the air?
I did not have any drugs.
I think it's right here. One second.
And so when you say interviews, that would be recorded.
Where does he talk
They
about
have
the
more
SA?
resources, and they're the ones that and they're going to be investigated, and then,
They believe this is criminal?
Yes, but they don't openly share that or talk about that concept with me.
Okay, so let's think about this for a second. Daniel says he believes it's criminal, right? In this interview, he says that he, in his opinion, believes that the RCMP believes this is criminal, but they don't talk about it with him, right? And then now the RCMP spokesperson said today, for the first time that I am aware of, they have said it like this, that they believe. RCMP spokesperson Allison Gerard, in a recent update about the case, said investigators are evaluating all scenarios, including criminality. Then Daniel is charged. Again, he's not found guilty or anything at this time, but he's charged with assault, and confinement of a person. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's me, Jen. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you very, very much. Very kind of you. Thank you so much, Jen. Love you, darling. I appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you, lovies. And thank you for being a member here on the Pro family as well, and a mod and all that. Would be nice if DM is in jail during time. RCMP is still building a case against him. J and L. Yeah. I'll say this. In my opinion, whenever whenever it got the story of the neighbors came out and said that they believe, when it hit the news, that they were talking about, they believe it was Daniel's car and all that. And then they made a comment and said they can't verify or whatever that Daniel was, left his house or anybody else during the night. I think about a week or so after that, in my opinion, that there was something that changed in the case, in my opinion. I think they've been most likely trying, which I think that they said that they had, trying new investigating techniques and all that. And I know that they spoke with one of Daniel's exes as well, or others, in that they had interviewed very allegedly very much interested in Daniel. And again, Daniel has said that he is not involved in Jack or Lily's case whatsoever. That's his claim. He hasn't been named a suspect or anything, but I'm just giving you my opinion that you think about it, since pretty much day one, why have they been interviewing him the most and the longest? Why is his family, or Malaya's family, in the beginning, why did everything blow up and they start blaming him? Hey, Cher, good to see you, babe. You think he goes on the 4th too? He had it today, and he goes back the 30th or the 30th, I think. So there's a lot there. Maybe he says
That's
right.
pretty limited. They use as many, they use the least amount of words they can to convey what they're trying to get across or questions, or it's usually me who tries to dive in depth with them, but they're pretty tight-lipped on everything, and they should be.
How many times have they officially interviewed you?
There's just something he says right here. I'm gonna find
The
it.
very first one was about 4 hours, and since then, I'd say about maybe 5 times. I don't know the count exactly, but probably around 5 times.
And when was the latest one?
The latest one would have been, that would have been on the blanket. So, and the actual formal interview for that wasn't very long. That was probably about 20 minutes. But the amount of time I spend with them is a lot, because we go over a lot. It's just me asking questions and how can I help them, and so it's usually like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I only plan on being there for 20 minutes or whatever they have to do with me, but it's just like we just keep talking.
And so when you say interviews, that would be recorded, on the record interrogations.
Yeah, that's.
And you got to also think about it. In this interview, he talks about how they recently took his DNA. And he said, as soon as he says that, right after that, he says, because of course my DNA is on the blanket. What does that have to do with anything? What does your DNA being on the blanket have to do with anything? And this is my opinion, and I'm going to state it now. March 2nd, 2026 at 7:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do not believe that they got his blanket or got his DNA just for that blanket. I would almost bet my stars on it, because that blanket, he lives in the house. Anybody's DNA could be on that blanket. Anybody's. Strangers' DNA could be on that blanket, even technically. They might have told him that that's why they wanted his DNA. But I believe they wanted his DNA for something else, not just that blanket. And I think that's big. I think that they might have more, in my opinion. MBM is a lot smarter. She remains silent and will have backing of our First Nations for her daughter's case and for any other court hearings. Malaya is, you could say, smarter, more intelligent. She's certainly more. Sometimes I don't even think, yeah, you can say it's more intelligent or whatever, but sometimes I think it's just the self-control You know what I mean? Some people have to respond at everything, everything. And some people have way more emotional intelligence. And listen, I think it's absolutely horrible that Malaya, in my opinion, left and didn't speak out for her kids and all that. That's my opinion. But one thing you can't really, you know, say about Malaya is that she has continually came out speaking lies on her 4 and her 6-year-old. That's one thing you can't say about her. I mean, I think there has been, a couple times where she's like texted people or whatever and caught her in some BS. And I believe her and Daniel, and in my opinion, Janie and them tried to be in lockstep with their story to RCMP in the beginning. But I don't believe they did a very good job of that. Yeah. Let me see here. What did it take M or police this long to file charges if it happened in September to March? Um, well, there is no statute of limitations, and sometimes they have to. What police always do, and uh, prosecutors is always very calculated, and it does take time. It just does take time. Yeah, yeah. And honest to God, I've said this before, like, Janie, why don't you just go tell the truth? Because I wonder, I don't think that anybody living on that property, especially Janie and her dog, could have slept through a vehicle going in and out that night. And if investigators are able to prove that there was a loud vehicle or something to transport Daniel or other people on that property, and especially, I'll just say, if they hear a dog barking, that's not going to age very well, right? What are you talking about, Cher? She was living with the chief for a bit. Who's she? Oh, you mean Cher? You mean? Oh shit! What I do? Okay, I'm still here. Um, you mean Malaya was living with the chief on the reservation? Yes, she was. If that's what you mean. Oh, shut up! I didn't ask you, phone. Sorry. Um, she is going to get drugged down with them if she doesn't come clean before it all hits. Yes. Oh, I know. Oh no, I was asking what she. I didn't know. Yeah, which I don't know why you're talking about that in chat, but yeah. Um, let me see if there's any more video that's out on this as well. What's this? 1 second. Okay, we played that one. But from what I understand, Daniel was extremely, extremely nervous today. When was this one? This was okay. This is new. Stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children appears in court on SA charges. This came out at 5:51, just 2 hours ago. Okay, let's see what this is. Wait till this commercial's over.
The stepfather of two missing Nova Scotia siblings is now facing charges of sexual assault and forcible confinement in an incident involving an adult. RCMP say 34-year-old Daniel Robert Martell was arrested Monday morning. He was released with conditions and is due back in court in March. Martell was in a common law relationship with Malaya Brooks Murray, the mother of Lily and Jack Sullivan. The children, who were aged 6 and 4 at the time, were reported missing on May 2nd, 2025, from their home in Pictou County.
I wonder if they will release some new longer video.
It's time for the membership drive at Bridgehaven Golf Club. Bridgehaven has the most...
Okay, there we go. I was just trying to see if they had released anything else on this. Ooh, Daniel got new shoes. I just saw that. Look at this. I did not notice that. He got new shoes, y'all. Daniel, can you tell us what happened to those? Let me make it bigger. Can you tell me what happened to those clothes that you were wearing during the weekend when you were searching for Jack Lilly?
Immediately after Martell declined media's request.
Look. He's got some brown dress shoes. Actually, that's the best I've seen him look in a long time. Justin, do you have the video of way back then when Janie talked about Thursday night, came home from town, he went to her place for smokes and heard a loud car go by? I've never heard that, no. Does anyone know what you pronounce it? Valentin is talking about? I don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. Janie not with him. You heard that? You remember that? Really? Hold on. Let me read this again. Make sure I'm understanding it right. Justin, do you have video of way back then when Janie talked about Thursday night? Came home from town. He went to her place for smokes. Who's he? And heard a loud car go by. Who's he? Daniel? Okay, Half Moon. I remember something about that now. Yes. Now that you say like they said it was like motorcycles or something. Yes, I do remember that. I completely forgot all about that though. Janie probably dressed him, probably. I would assume. Oh, I recall something about him asking for smokes. Yes. The chain of DMs has to go.
For comment.
Yes.
Despite the heightened...
Hold on. I was going to say, is that Daniel or Janie's or Malaya's garb? But it's not. I just noticed that the no hubcaps.
Despite the heightened interest in this case, the Crown wants to remind the...
Oh, look, they're... someone's is holding a phone right there. Are they trying to record him? They were trying to record Daniel, and he wouldn't answer, and then he spoke up and said, I told you. I can't remember the quote, but they quoted it. When pressed, he raised his voice and said, quote, I just said they're not related, end quote. he said, striding across a snow-covered parking lot. Justin said on someone's channel that he did go to Janie's and they talked about hearing a loud car, and we went running out front to see who it was. Yes. I can't know. He's with his cousin there. I can't remember, but what's her face? Her name. But yep, he's with his cousin there. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull this up. There we go. I forgot all about that. Yeah, that's Logan. Yes, I think they are trying to prove his character. Well, I think all they have to do. Ooh, sorry, I got the wrong one on. I think all they have to do is look back at his past relationships, his recent past relationships, and I think that's all that they will need to show his character. Again, I have shown you the messages of Mr. Martell talking about his what's the the horrible things that he said. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to pull up two things while I'm talking here, but I'm trying to. Where is that? Okay. So yeah, I think all they would have to do is just pull that up really, and it'll say it all. Okay. Right here we go. I think this might change people's maybe perception now that the RCMP is saying this. I know a lot of people, they're still going to talk about the lie detector test and all that. But, I'll just say this. I don't think prosecutors, the RCMP, just my opinion, is going to charge Daniel with these 3 counts if they don't think that they can prove it. Okay, you get what I mean? Because they already, and again, it's separately, Jack and Lily's case, but I don't think that they would even bother with these 3 charges if they didn't know that they could prove it, in my opinion, or felt confident that they could prove it. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, damn. Why does it keep doing that? 1 second. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Every time I press on a video, it goes straight to a different one. Okay. Maybe this is it. All right, here we go. Watch this.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people might say, oh, well, this is going to your uncle's house. Maybe you planted him. I find it weird. I don't understand why somebody would plant evidence that's leading to the direction of a.
I've never actually seen the actual location of the footprint in real life.
Yeah.
So I told investigators this, and I've never seen the actual blanket hanging in the tree. I've never seen that.
Gotcha.
So he's this is my question. He's got he's talking about how he's never seen the blanket where it was, or hasn't been there to where the blanket was, hasn't been there where these boot prints were found or anything like that. Number one, you would think that would be, wait a second. Hold on. I just thought of something. When he did this show with DT, when him and Janie went to show the blanket, where the blanket was it before or after this interview that he did with DT? Which one was it? Does anyone remember? In all honesty, we don't know who will be charged. Not with Jack and Lily's, but I do believe it's a start.
When is so the next day comes, searchers are out there. How long are searchers in the area searching for Jack and Lily?
The reason I asked that, because he's obviously been there, but I'm not sure if it was after this interview or before this interview or right at the time of this interview. And number one, you would think that you would go there if you are, these are your stepkids and you were looking for them everywhere, right? Remember, he said he was looking for them, Jack and Lily, everywhere. Well, you would go there to want to know, and you would be curious to look at it and see the way it was, where it was, and how the shoes were and all that. Number one. But number two, in this most recent interview that he did right before he was charged, he says that how did he say it? He said that they took his DNA, and he's like, I know it's because of the blanket, because my DNA's on that blanket or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think it's very interesting. Oh my God, Joyous. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. That's so kind of you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Joyous. Love you, mama. Got a big old heart. Yes, she does. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Oops. Appreciate you. If you received one of those, make sure you give our Joyous a big thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Much love to you. Really do appreciate that, Miss Joyous. Truly.
For the first initial search, I think it was like 6 or 7 days. I'd have to relook at all, or look at all the actual how many days they were here for, but it was 6 or 7 for the first initial search, and then they came back the next weekend and they did that search as well. And that doesn't include when the dive teams came in. I talked with those guys after they were done finishing Lansdowne Lake, and
no, he did this. I thought all D saw was the picture. Yeah, well, Linda, the picture and stuff was sent to him, Malaya, and Janie. But remember, this is interesting now that I'm thinking of it. He and Janie showed us a video. I might have it here. That's what I was looking for. He showed us a video of where the blanket, right? The blanket was found, and where the blanket was found, and they pointed to where the shoe prints was found. And Janie and Daniel chose 2 different trees. Remember that? So my question is if he had never been there before, how does he actually know that was the particular tree and how everything was. Daniel tried to say when the bus came through, but it wasn't. Yes, that as well. Mm-hmm.
some of the ponds and the streams, and they assured me that there was no evidence that the kids were near any water.
Interesting. And your property, I know it was recently searched with the cadaver dogs.
Yep.
How many times has it been searched by the search team and the dogs, whether it was the first time they were out there or second, third? How many times?
The amount of times the property was searched was, I can't even put a number on it, Daniel, because it was constantly new people coming in and walking through the property. Like for the whole time, there was just new people coming in. I mean, there's the amount of ribbons I see around, it's in the thousands in Lansdowne.
Gotcha. And so they're coming in, they're searching the property. How long before you're brought into a police station?
I was brought in, I don't remember what day I was brought in because all the days mashed together, but I was brought in by 2 investigators that were originally on the case.
Okay.
And I haven't seen those guys in a while now, we'll say that.
Yeah.
But those 2 original guys took me in, and we went into the Stellarton detachment, which is in Pictou County, not the major crimes headquarters that's in Bible Hill. But I sat in a room with them, and they bought me some food and some coffee, which we know why that was for, right? Collect DNA.
Yeah.
And
okay, I found it.
they never had to ask me for any of that. I was willing to give them everything.
Right.
But yeah, we ran.
Now, here, what I find very interesting right here is when DT did this interview with Daniel, he says that, well, you know why they wanted to offer me a drink and stuff was to collect DNA. Well, all they had to do was, tell me they wanted DNA. Well, they did. They did. This is that video. Remember this?
There. You see the ATV trail? That's the access trail they use for the pipeline.
The road is called the Lansdowne Road. This is the road coming off the 289. This is going towards my brother's place. Okay. On your left-hand side here is the pipeline. This is where the footprint was supposed to be found. It's kind of
That's what
growing
he
up
said.
a little bit.
That was his excuse.
They probably didn't trim it this year because of the ban.
Hey, Celestic, Island Girl, good to see you. Hi, Justin. Did you ever hear Shenanigans reading that message that a friend of Malaya shared with disgusting details that she couldn't even read? I have not yet. I need to find that, or if anybody has that letter, I would love to see it. I would love to know about. I should probably message her. You need to hear that, Justin. Does anyone have that live, or where it is? If someone could email it to me or text it to me. I've heard a lot about it. I haven't heard a lot about it, but I've seen you guys mentioning it to me several times. Was it is it Shenanigans? If someone could just text me or email me that link, that would be amazing. Here, mods, can you drop my email or phone number? You can text me or email me either way. I thought Daniel said, but on Thursday, but they got back home around 4. He said 3:50, 4 o'clock, and that it was just a normal day, and that he helped Janie with the fence because he had to go look for his tools. That is one of the stories, Corbin. Yes, it sure is. He says he had to look for his tools a while. All of that. Sure did. That's one of them. But Daniel said in DTs that, and that's why I was wondering, was the interview before or after this? Because Daniel said he had never been to the blanket spot and the shoe spot where Jack and Lily supposedly left this blanket and stuff. I knew this blanket's going to be a big part.
This is where
Always known it.
the footprint was supposed to be found. It's kind of growing up a little bit.
Yes, Shani.
They probably didn't trim it this year because of the band that we had. But this here is an ATV track where the pipeline people use, and where the RCMP would have used their ATV to go up to look for Jack and Lily. The right side, this here is the pipeline that would be in back of my place. And if you can see that bare spot, that is the train tracks. Now, this is
Watch
the tree.
this right here.
This is an old road. This is
Okay,
the tree
Patty.
where
Look at
the
this.
blanket was found. Right here where the ribbons are. Now, if you can look from the ground here to here is where the blanket was found, on that branch right there.
Now Daniel will say a completely different place. Oh, he was very nervous.
Where you see that little gray box?
Is it-
Yeah.
I don't remember what she was saying about the little gray box.
That is the railroad tracks.
Huh.
Okay. And then Daniel, I don't remember if it's this one, but he goes out.
Railroad tracks?
Now, this is what the neighbor says they hear Daniel's car do. It goes down to the railroad tracks. And then they say that it stops a little bit down past the railroad tracks for a couple minutes. And then they hear it fire up again. In my opinion, I don't know, when I think about it, I don't know if that blanket was dropped off, in my opinion, during then, or someone was thinking about, oh, well, I better not go a certain way. I better turn around and go back another direction. Potentially. What's this? Yeah. So they wanted his DNA for the blanket that they believe was planted. All he can say is, of course my DNA will be in it, not thinking about the repercussions. Yeah, and he actually says, Daniel has said, and have the messages, I think he's even said it publicly, like in an interview or before, that he believes the blanket was planted. I know I have text messages of him saying that. Not only that, he has said that the RCMP told him that it was planted as well. Logan is only supporting Daniel because she wants custody of Meadow. Really? I don't know about that, but
not the Lansdowne
hold on, what's that?
Texas, which is Daniel and Justin's father, and my brothers. And that would be on the Lansdowne Road, not the Lansdowne Station Road. Repeat, the Lansdowne Road. And to correct Haley and whoever else, the piece of blanket was found on the Lansdowne Road, not the Lansdowne Station Road. I cannot answer questions about that blanket because I was not here when it was supposed to be found. I'm just hearing where she said it was. I'm correcting her that it was the Lansdowne Road. The only time that I was here to have any part of the blanket was when the cops, RCMP, came here and asked about the blanket to Daniel. Daniel and Justin did go to the garbage and showed the RCMP officers the rest of the blanket. And I can vouch for the blanket being put in the garbage because I seen the day that Daniel put it in the garbage because I told him not to bag it too heavy.
Janie, you've been bagging it too heavy since 1964, lady. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about because Malaya said that she bagged part of that blanket in the documents. Daniel says he did. You say that you saw Daniel, that you have to tell him not to bag it too much. I don't think that I think that's something that's going to be very important later on. I really do. I think this woman's been bagging it way too hard since 1964. I think she bagged it with Earl way too many times. I think Daniel, in my opinion, has buying way too small of baggies, Janie. And those little small baggies that he buys is very expensive and is taken away from all of you, as a matter of fact. My God. Oh, thank you, Paige. Lots of info today I was not aware of. Thanks, Justin and chat. Thank you, Paige. Thank you, baby. Good to see you. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much, my love. Looking for that ish. I don't know if I got shenanigans. Let me look here. Shenanigans. What shenanigans channel? It's Tea Time, right? Tea Time with damn, does anyone know what's the video called? I'm right here. I really want to hear about that letter. Does anyone remember? Shenanigans, she's local. Was Janie telling the truth? Was Janie telling the truth? Day 297. I wonder which one it is. Was it a live stream or was it a video? Does anyone know if it was a live stream or a video? Is anyone typing? Yeah, it's YouTube though. With as much respect as possible, that lady sounded like a cartoon voice. The last time I had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and an oyster shucker. I'm telling you, seriously. Superman Daniel. This is an actual picture of me after I got out of my gynecological appointment and was going out of the car to go get some smoke and some Red Bulls. Okay. So, it just coops me up. The gynecological, and then the car. It's just such a long ride to town. It really is. It's just such a long ride to town, and it just coops me up, and my legs get so damn cramped. I can't stand it. It's terrible. Daniel just is always talking, won't stop. I'm trying to tell him, shut up, Daniel, shut up. Tell Durwood, thank you for making sense for me, Durwood. At the Dollarama, yes, absolutely. Okay. I'm looking for it. The likeness is uncanny. I've got to get my hearing tested. I thought Justin just said, was it a live stripper or a video? Well, listen. I'm a private dancer, a dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. I'm a private dancer for Mr. Durwood, and any old smokes will do. Dutch marks the dollar. American Express will do nicely, thank you. Let me loosen up your collar. Tell me, do you want to see me do the shimmy again? Sorry, I'm trying to look for something and I'm being stupid. She accepts the bribe. Never forget. She did. That's her voice. That was what she said too. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what she said, actually. Okay. 2 seconds. I don't know. Maybe I'll just come back and do it because I don't know where that video is. I really want to know where that's her checking out her surroundings. It's the one people's been asking me about the I don't know if it's a live stream or a video that Shenanigans did. It's someone that knows Durwood, or not Durwood. God, why can't I keep saying Durwood? It's someone that knows allegedly Daniel and Malaya, and they are talking about the new some letter that was written. I don't know. I truly don't know. It was alive. Okay, well, it's gotta be from. It's gotta be. Was it 3 days ago or 7 days ago? Which one was more likely? Or was it longer than that? Let's see here. Does she read it?
Mm-hmm.
Does she read the letter?
Expecting us to take. Look at the seeds she's.
Let's see here.
1 sec. Thank you.
Let me look at chat. About a week ago, I don't think any longer than that. You are the freaking best. Was it the 1/19/22? You're amazing. Was it the 3 days ago or the 7 days ago? Yeah, they have, Kim. I agree. The Celtic. Do you know, baby? Is it this
Okay.
video? Let me look at this one. 119.
So,
Oh, shit. 1 second. Sorry.
continue to speak for the children of that he see what like so we're clear, and I will tell you what I sent to her.
13 days ago.
And she is welcome to reach out to me.
Thank you. 13 days ago. Okay. You're the best. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joyous, as well. Thank you, everyone who was.
Let's go back to the can't really speak kitchen after the children were in conversation.
Okay, here it is. Tea time. On true crime with shenanigans. Oh, why did it go back? Okay, there we go. Okay, let me make sure we don't. We have commercials here. 1 second. We'll get it in a minute. 119. All right, here we go. Give credit.
Right. So let's go back to this.
And this is a letter. People are saying that.
All right, we'll go back to the beginning of this conversation. And again, I can't release all of it. Some of it is just too sensitive. But this is someone who was speaking to Malaya in the kitchen after the children went missing. Not at her property, somewhere else.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And yeah, parts of it are very difficult to hear. And this is allegedly based on a conversation that was had between Malaya and this person. So it starts with, and please ignore. If you can't tolerate what people are saying, ignore, block. Just for today, okay? They are all using out there meth and cocaine. The guy they mention who comes in the night has got a big Expedition SUV. I forget his name. He looks down.
Okay, so the guy with the Expedition, didn't Daniel say, or someone say that there was someone with him in the night at one time?
On them. Daniel likes to play grandiose, like he's a big-time dealer to women who are young and gullible. He gives girls drugs for sex. I was shocked at how smart he was. I thought I was looking for white trash hillbilly people, but Daniel plays on the charm. He's a sociopath. Just
Daniel does put on the charm, and I've heard that repeatedly, and I think he talks a good game, and he tricks women, or he gives them rugs too. I would agree. My opinion.
Jeannie was abused, Malaya told me, by Daniel's dad, Earl, and that's why Daniel is abusive. Janie's mindset is who cares? Her son can do no wrong.
You remember, was it day before yesterday when I was talking about Janie? I said, Janie she never even gives Daniel any criticism at all. Like, she will blame others. Like, because you give someone, your kid or anybody, criticism doesn't mean you don't love them, right? It doesn't mean that, but you will never hear Janie say Daniel is accountable for anything that him and Malaya was a part of, right? Nothing. She will just blame it on Malaya fully or the family fully. And that's Daniel can't take any accountability either. And it's not all Daniel's and it's not all Malaya's. You know.
Malaya said he was mean to the children, or she was mean to the children. Malaya is part Native and Janie is racist at best. Malaya fell in love with him, then didn't anymore. She told me Daniel made me not love him anymore. And then she started crying, so I backed off. Janie heard screams. She heard what was going on. It was awful.
There's not a doubt in my mind that Janie didn't hear them fighting and didn't hear those kids. Those walls are paper thin. Guys, those walls are paper thin. You can hear.
He threatened she could not take Meadow. Malaya has a butterfly personality, meaning she's timid at best. I warned Cindy that there was way more to this, and it's going to get really awful.
Listen, I know everyone says, little Malaya, she's a little butterfly. You know what I mean? Little butterfly. Or little butterfly, so timid and all of that. I don't buy it. I don't think she's an aggressive person, or anything like that. I don't. I think she could be easily taken advantage of with her personality type, in my opinion. But she's a whole ass mother of 3 children. She's a whole ass mother of 3 children. And she had more resources to get out than a lot of women. A lot more resources, financially and with housing and everything else, in my opinion.
The detectives have concrete evidence to lay the SA charge and the forcible confinement. They have evidence. I think he locked her in the room as well, sometimes with the children.
Again, one thing that's very interesting, and it has came up in this case since week 1. I have been on this case since literally day 1. And one thing that has always been whispered in the background from people that knows Daniel and Malaya and all of that is they were always talking about locking each other's people, kids and stuff in the bedroom since day 1. And that's always been interesting to me. And then you have Daniel come out and he says, I heard the lock on the door. And to me, people's like, well, you might hear a jingle or something like that. But if it's just a simple lock on the door, right? Is Shenanigans in here? I don't see her. If she is, hey, Shenanigans. People want to... I don't see her, but... darling. I've heard of both allegedly, locking people in the door. But when Daniel said she jiggled the lock or something, that how did she say that? How did Daniel say that Lily jiggled the lock or something, and he heard her coming in the bedroom, and then that the front door with the wrench, he says it was for the bear. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe, in my opinion, this is part of the confinement charges, in my opinion. I believe that bear lock is part of the confinement charges. Right? And so yeah, I mean, I think I have really, I have sympathy. I have real sympathy. If Malaya is the alleged victim that Daniel's being charged with right now with essay or anything like that, I have immense sympathy for her. No human being, and I believe her 100% in that, because not only should you believe the victim in that situation, but there is, in my opinion, actual history to back Malaya's, again, if it is Malaya's claims, with the text messages I have received, again, with Daniel saying he wants to do egregious things to his new girlfriend, and he won't stop. I think he is sadistic, sexually sadistic, in my opinion.
One moment, please.
Absolutely. As far as that goes, I think she...
Sorry, I needed a cup of tea because...
I think she absolutely had a way out. As far as that, I think there might have been times where she perhaps didn't. But in my opinion, things started getting really bad around September or October of 2024. And I think by December of 2024, it was pretty bad. And it just kept getting worse.
Reading this stuff, it's giving me a dry mouth. This is my favorite cup. On a lighter note, that's pretty much what I feel like every day. Catch up. He pimped Malaya.
Is there more?
Believes that Malaya is responsible for not going to read that either. He took photos and video.
She's reading it
to
out.
chat. I've been relying heavily on my mods today, so
Here we go.
Oh, look. Here is another person I've never seen before.
No, I mean...
Sounds like Cage.
No, I mean 2024. I think that's when it got really bad. They went missing in May 2025.
day. Hey, Balance, good to see you. You're welcome to come up if you want. I'm going to reread a couple of things back so you can catch up. Oh, dear. Malaya has the personality of a 14-year-old. Yes, I think he pimped Malaya out, or the deal.
Oh, wow. I do think Malaya is very immature for her age. I think she's not, I think she's been weighted on kind of like hand and foot. And she was never made to grow up as well. Belinda says, in my opinion, they are all to blame. I think second thoughts now are just excuses to avoid consequences. I agree. And, I think it would have been different if Malaya would have came out in the beginning, after she left, even within the first little bit. The sooner the better, and said this and this and this and this happened. But I don't give a lot of grace as far as minus the essay and all that, again, if she is the victim. But pertaining to Jack and Lily, I don't give her a lot of grace, because after she left, she didn't change the story. It was the same. You know what I mean? Like, Daniel and I were in the bed together. I woke up, it's just the same thing. And if it was all Daniel, for whatever it was, I think she would have said it. She was safe then. She didn't have essentially any of her kids at that time. Why? She was with her mom. She was safe. She had more resources than a lot of other people. Just my opinion.
And I think he took photos and video.
There's stuff that I've shown you guys some really bad stuff that Daniel has wrote, right? But there's some really bad twisted stuff that Daniel has gotten into. That's not a normal intimate relationship.
I'm not going to read the rest. I'm not going to read that either.
I agree 1,000%. 1,000%.
This person also believes that Malaya is responsible for not leaving. So
this is the thing. You cannot blame everyone for 100% of your problems. You just can't. You can't blame everyone for 100% of your problems. You have, when you are a parent, when you are a mother, when you are a father, when you are a foster parent, when you are a guardian, when you are a caregiver, not only do you have to take care of you, but you have to take care of the ones that you're responsible for, that God has gifted you, or whatever care situation you have. And then you are responsible for your decisions, and you're responsible, and those decisions are directly responsible. Those decisions affect the kids or whoever you're caring for. 100%. Right? 100%. And so it's equal to me. I say that I don't believe the kids would be missing if it wasn't for Daniel. But you could also turn that around and say, I don't believe the kids were missing if she would have walked her ass out and went to her mother's or her grandmother's. Right. So to me, that shows you that it's a 50-50. I think rugs were the attraction, in my opinion. Adele, I've said this since day one. I don't know who could spend 3 years with someone on math and not be on something. I just don't think it's, to be like an intimate relationship. If your kid is on drugs or something like that, that's your kid, but I can understand it would be like hard to kick them out or whatever, setting your boundaries. I get that, but like an intimate relationship, how can you be in an intimate relationship with someone who is doing this? And because the behavior is not normal in your house. If someone is, up for days and they're hallucinating or being violent or taking all of every dime you have and then some, and your kids aren't even showing up, they're showing up to school bruised and without jackets and everything else like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one thing for like your kid to be on drugs or your parent to be on drugs, like a family member, but I think it would be different to be in an intimate relationship with someone and staying in the same house. I think that's just a different story. You don't pick your family. You know what I mean? You don't pick your family, but you do pick the one you're in a relationship with. You do. Right? But alcohol is one thing. Alcohol is one thing. It is. Particularly math. Particularly math is a whole different ballgame. Yeah, I've known, women to, not drink or anything, but their husband's an alcoholic or whatever. But generally, alcohol is just different, in my opinion. It can be very bad. Alcohol can, and people can be very violent and stuff on it. But again, if there is, regardless whether it's alcohol or it's anything else, anything, if your kids are being hurt mentally, physically, emotionally, you get out. You've got to get out. Because this is the option. Either you get out or someone will end up dead. Someone in that house will end up dead normally. And it's whether it's you, the kids, or the addict, somebody will end up dead. And that's just the way it is, especially with, all of these. It's just the truth. It doesn't get better. It does not get better. I understand. I don't know, Justin, maybe when I come from, and people in my life, I've known a couple where the man drank a lot and the women didn't. Let me tell you something. I was raised by my grandmother, but my father was in my life until he died. My dad was a drunk, just a flat out drunk. He didn't like piss himself or anything like a lot of the drunks do and stuff like that. But again, my grandmother, she saved me. She never cussed. She never even tried alcohol. She never smoked a cigarette. She never done anything like that. You know what I mean? And so like I said, my grandmother, that my dad was her son, and she just, couldn't believe my dad was like that. But, and like one of my aunts, she doesn't drink, but her husband was a drunk. And I remember going as a kid to their house and stuff, and he would be out in his building and he would just be drunk and stuff like that. But we never was he didn't come in the house and act like an idiot or anything like that. Yeah, he was a drunk, but he was just out in his building or his garage doing his thing. You know what I mean? And alcohol is a lot less expensive than math and stuff like that. Math, it takes everything from you, right? It's not, math isn't extraordinarily expensive, but Daniel allegedly doesn't like just math. He likes the Coca-Colas and all of that stuff. And when then there's the financial stress, then the entire stress level of the home goes up, right? Because then your electric's getting cut off. Then, you can't buy groceries and all of that. And then that leads to more fights. And then the addict uses more. And it's a perpetual cycle that never ends. It's the very, very, very expensive. From what I understand, it's the most expensive rug. Yeah, and that's the thing as well, Tina. There is, when it comes to alcohol and stuff, there's different types of, there's functioning alcoholics as I mean, there's functioning addicts as well. But alcoholics, a lot of people can be functional and their behavior can vary, but generally when you're when it comes to math and stuff like that, when you're putting Drano in your brain, it's a whole different ball game. It's just a whole different ball game. You know what I mean? Oh, happy birthday. Tell him happy birthday, Miss Joyous. Enjoy it. Love you, darling. Give your son a happy birthday from us, okay? Appreciate you. There's a lot of birthdays today. A lot of birthdays in chat. That's amazing. Thank you so much, my dear. My ex-husband lost everything to alcohol. I ran with the kids and he circled the drain for 17 years. Just July, drunk. He hit an SUV on 160. Oh my God, spare time. Wow. That's crazy. I'm sorry. It doesn't and the thing about alcohol is legal, but it's really one of the only substances that you can physically die from the withdrawals. It's 100% legal. It's very dangerous getting off the alcohol. Like if you're really, really addicted. Yeah. It's more socially acceptable too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Some people just, and I think alcohol's fine if you can, manage it. I have not drank a lick of alcohol. I've drank very, very little alcohol in my entire life. And I have not taken a sip of alcohol, in 5 or 6 years. Not a sip. It's never appealed to me. I mean, it just doesn't appeal to me. Didn't he even booby trap one of the doors? Yes, the front door, but he said it was for the bear. Give me a coffee, yeah, or a Diet Pepsi or a Diet Coke. My uncle would pour it into his feeding tube after he had one put in due to the damage from the drink. He's no longer with us. Nevea. Oh my God. And that's just the power of addiction, though. It's the power of addiction. It's so powerful, it will take your life. My dad took everyone's mailbox out on our street. Oh my God. Susie Q's like, I like wine. And just addiction. That's good to all clean up their life. It is. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Just not as hold on, what's this? Speaking of alcohol, Justin Timberlake sues to block release of police video from 2024 drunken drunk driving arrest in New York. Oh my God. Craziness. The world's crazy. Let me make sure 1 second, guys. See if there's anything. What is today? The 2nd? Let me see if there's. No. Let me see here. Jack and Lily. Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. And what's I don't know how Daniel can't see how it's not he doesn't think it affects him. I mean, he truly can't be serious, can he? And say that he doesn't think it affects him. New interview with Daniel Martell from the DT. 1 second. Let me go look at this. 1 second. Watch this. Hunter S. True Crime, our friend Hunter. Did he do anything new? Let me check 1 second. He's been doing a lot of other cases right now, and he does such amazing work.
Around what time does the search stop on the first day?
The search doesn't stop on the first day. They go right through the night.
Interesting. And when are you notified about a blanket?
If we're referring to the blanket that was up in the tree, or
Right,
just
well,
the blanket in general.
Well, let's rewind then. So there's been a lot of confusion that you
Yeah.
had denied that the blanket in the tree was Lily's that ended up being Lily's. Was there another blanket that was found out there?
I mean, Magdalena, there has to be something, right? There has to be something. I just don't think someone can crash that many cars in a few months. You know what I mean? Robini, thank you so much for 13 months, my dear. Appreciate you. My puppy jumped up and looked at the TV at Janie's voice. Poor thing. Oh my God. The poor puppy. The poor puppy. What's the dog's name? Janie's dog's name? Tucka. Little Tucka. He's at the Dollarama. I got him some dog treats at the Dollarama. You know. I mean, sorry, I got him at the pharmacy. And I was checking out with nothing but lube and Reese's. You're welcome.
There is actually another blanket. There's a full pink blanket. I was shown a picture of it, splayed out on the ground. Officer Karen Mason showed me that. She was involved in quite a bit of the, just back and forth stuff between the command center and me and Malaya and mom and, some of the people involved, and just trying to relay information, keep us up to date.
Yeah. It's very interesting to me, driven like the snow. Justin, there shouldn't be any viable DNA on his blanket after being in the trash. It wouldn't be viable. If it is, he must have planted it. Yeah, there was allegedly three pieces of that blanket, right? A piece was allegedly in the trash, a piece was on the back deck, and a piece was in a tree a kilometer away. First of all, I don't think I've ever had a blanket rip. And if I've had a blanket rip, it's never ripped into three pieces and I put it in three different parts. Like I wouldn't throw a piece out and put a piece out on the back and then one being a kilometer away. You know?
Gate and stuff like that.
And this pink blanket that they found, was it something that they found close to the house, or?
I'm not sure the location where it was found. There was a pink blanket. There was a water bottle. There was a children's T-shirt, and there may have been a sock or socks too. It's showing me as well.
I still wonder if that water bottle and all that was not planted too. I swear, I wonder if some more of it was not planted.
But none of them belong to Lily's, right? I mean, none
of them belong to Lily. Lily, right? Why couldn't they belong to Jack as well? Other things there.
None of them were Lily's. None of them were Jack's.
There
Do you know if all those items were found at the same place, or were they found throughout?
I'm not sure where they were found. I was just told that, or any of these items, Lily and Jack's, we found them during the search.
Were they photographed together?
No, they were not photographed. They were photographed individually.
Okay, so the most likely then they were not found together.
Yeah.
And around what time was this blanket, the full one that didn't belong to them? When was that one found?
That was found. It would have been during the daytime. So because I remember I was actually standing on the front deck when she brought her phone up to show me. So that would have been sometime during the day. So I'm saying between noon and 4 p.m. probably.
So 4 is when they found the pink blanket that was.
So they found this just the same day, as early as an hour and a half after Jack and Lily vanished, from 12 to 4, he said.
Lily's, that was a portion of the blanket, correct?
Yeah. I'm not sure on the exact time on that either. It would have to be after 4 because the school bus goes up there around 4 o'clock.
Gotcha. And
because that school bus, it goes up and it actually goes up and turns at my Uncle Ron's house, which is about 500 feet past where the blanket was found.
Hey, Jana.
Gotcha.
So, and the bus usually goes up there, and the bus usually makes its way up there around, I don't know, 3:55, between 3:55 and like 4 o'clock.
And this bus has cameras, correct?
Yeah, the buses
Yeah, I might go live on Nancy in a little bit.
do have cameras. When they looked at the footage from the outside of the buses, the blanket was not there.
Interesting. And it went both directions, correct? It went.
Yeah, they both go both directions and multiple buses.
And it was not seen at 3:55, 4 o'clock when the bus passed.
No, they said they did not see it on any camera footage from the buses.
Well, and that's going to indicate that it's either planted, if it's not on the bus, that doesn't see it on there, or that it blew there and it didn't blow there.
So
that is, how far is the search command from where the blanket was found?
From the piece of Lily's blanket that was found in the tree, the actual command center itself.
Yeah.
It is okay. When you look at Lansdowne Station Road on the map. I'll just wait for you here to set that up, and then we can take a look.
Yeah,
I'll give you the exact location.
So here is, do you see it?
Yeah. So that is
found what by now, Nancy?
So Lansdowne Station Road. As soon as you're going up Lansdowne Station Road, you go across a little bridge.
It's this direction?
Mm-hmm.
Lansdowne Station.
Oh, this direction. Okay.
Yeah. So Lansdowne Station Road, there you go over a little tiny bridge.
Okay.
I don't know.
Have I gone too far?
Yeah. It goes right on Lansdowne Station Road there. There's a little bridge when you're going down. And then you see, when you're seeing right around that turn there, that's where it is. You just headed on it. Right past that little dirt road there, that little gravel pit dirt road. Yeah.
Why? I'm just curious, but why would they make command so far south of where you guys live. Did they say anything about that by any chance?
I'm not sure the actual reasoning for making it there. I know it's a road that's they had a long stretch going down that hill, going to the command center, so everyone could park their cars. Because there was hundreds of cars there.
Blanket command center home.
Daniel.
Now,
search vehicles. They had to move in. RCMP, and I seen that there was a hole ripped in the bag, and
listen to this
piece of a pink blanket. There was a piece of.
He drives me nuts when he says piece of a pink blanket. It is the fakest I've ever seen in my life. I said, piece of a pink blanket. Oh my God. Is there an actual piece of a pink blanket in that tree, sir? Oh, I would have never known. So fake.
A pink blanket that was found up the road in a tree. And I said, piece of a pink blanket. And I put two and two together. I ran out to the garbage bin.
You are the garbage bin, Daniel. You are the garbage bin. He immediately, piece of a pink blanket. Oh, I immediately ran out to the trash because my mommy told me not to fill that trash bag.
And I seen that there was a hole ripped in the bag. And clearly there was somebody who went into the garbage or something went on with the garbage for a piece of that to be ripped out. Because usually when you look in the garbage bin, Daniel, and you see a garbage bag, usually it doesn't have a hand-sized hole ripped in the side of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. A hand-sized hole ripped in the side of it. How fucking convenient. Yeah. The big old crowd on Lansdowne Station, population 150, like anyone gives a damn about reaching their hand in Daniel and Malaya's trash. Certainly couldn't be Jack and Lily. They couldn't have lifted that to
that's
begin
interesting. Now, the pink blanket, when they told you about it, did they show you a picture?
Nuts.
The piece of the blanket? No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So they just told you they found a piece, and you went to the
Watch his lips. Watch his lizard lips and his blink rate when he says that.
When they told you about it, did they show you a picture? The piece?
The piece of the blanket? No.
No.
You see that?
Okay,
No.
so they just told you they found a piece, and you went to the garbage bin. And
Yeah.
where in the garbage bin was the bag that had the other part of the blanket? Was it towards the top, in the middle,
there
the
was
bottom?
These were like large industrial sized garbage bags, right?
Okay.
And mom would always yell at me, don't put so much garbage in one bag, because I would always make the bags like really heavy, right?
Okay.
And so I had the blanket was in a garbage bag, but there was another garbage bag that was inside, right? So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped.
Hold on. What was he saying right there? He said, and then he something, and then he corrects himself and he says, I keep wanting to say he caught himself
inside, right? So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see the
It sounds like he says you could. I hope he doesn't say that. What do you guys think it sounds like he's saying right there? You could see the head.
So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see the
That's what it sounded like to me. I got earphones on.
So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was
I just now noticed that.
inside, right? So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side.
He says you could see and then he says to me, it sounds really bad. And then he goes, I keep wanting to say it's a hole ripped in the side. He clearly was going to say something and he fixed it. That is for certain.
I keep wanting to say
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it, and ripped in the side. I keep wanting to say.
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it, and pulled something out.
How does he know it's a hand that went down inside of it when it could be? I mean, you could say it could be an animal. I mean, again, it's just, a kilometer away. It didn't open its damn self. But regardless, he says specifically a hand that opened the bag and the double bag and went down inside of it. Carol, thank you so much for 19 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you. You are an OG. Hey, Sassy. Good to see you, honey. Appreciate you so much, Miss Carol. Love you to pieces, my dear. Ripped from a hand, and you could see. When he said that, it just bothered me. I just caught it all of a sudden.
Bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it, and pulled something out. But it looked to be like somebody put their hand in there and ripped it out. But
Now,
the blanket was still at the bottom of the bag, right? It wasn't pulled all the way out. It wasn't anything like that.
Okay, I got a question. I just thought of something else here. Is Mohawk in here? Daniel says the blanket was still in the bottom of the bag. Okay. Daniel, if you were, had the garbage already full and you put the blanket in it and your mom told you not to overload the trash can or the trash bag, wouldn't the blanket be on top? Wouldn't the blanket be more likely on top? He said before it was on the side of the bag. Mm-hmm. Makes me wonder if Lily and Jack are in. Mm-hmm. I know. If you were talking about an animal, he would be less likely to say a hand, in my opinion. Yeah. It seems almost like he was trying to say, I know. But he nearly repeated hand and came in late, so I'm missing the context.
Ripped it out. But it looked to be like somebody put their hand in there and ripped it out. But
That's I'm not.
The bag, the blanket was still at the bottom of the bag, right?
The blanket was still at the bottom of the
It wasn't pulled all the way out. It wasn't anything like that.
So how did, if it wasn't pulled all the way out and it was at the bottom, how was there a piece in the trash can? How was there a piece on the back porch? And how was there a piece in the tree? People coming in. This is
But there was another garbage bag that was inside, right? So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see the
lizard lips.
I keep wanting to.
Interesting.
And you could see the.
You could see the what the.
I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped.
I keep wanting to say
In the side.
A hole
from a hand that went down inside of it, and
watch his eyes, and he's doing this, and he's grabbing. He's reliving a part of it. He's reliving a part of something when he's thinking here. Watch his eyes, and he grabs. It's very interesting.
I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it, and pulled something out, but
it's
down inside of it, and pulled something out, but it looked to be like somebody put their hand in there and ripped it out, but. The bag, the blanket was still at the bottom of the bag, right? It wasn't pulled all the way out. It wasn't anything like that. So,
was the trash bag in the bottom of the can or on top of like all the other trash?
It was the garbage bag. That one big garbage bag. That was like a 60-pound garbage bag, and
a 60-pound garbage bag. And this is the right here that you see. Right there, that's the trash bin that he's showing you. Mm-hmm.
And it was that was the only bag that was in there.
Oh, okay. So there wasn't any other trash on top.
No, there was nothing else piled on top of it or underneath it.
So if somebody opened the bin, that's the first thing that they would see.
Yeah, they would be able to see the pink blanket in there. Yeah.
Okay. And so,
how would they be able to see the pink blanket when it's at the bottom?
It seems like in the documents that it alludes that they showed you guys a picture and that you guys confirmed it.
He has 60-pound garbage bags.
Was that, if you didn't see a picture, do you know if Malaya did?
I'm not sure if she did or not. I have no idea.
Up a dirt road a good at least mile or two. So yeah.
In fact, he says he's tried to help. Like early in the investigation.
Sorry, I was muted. I was yapping. We caught him in something. Daniel earlier, he said he has never been to where the blanket was in DT show. He said he was never at where the blanket was in DT show. Well, this was uploaded October 1st, 2025, and he's right there. And this was a lot before October when he did this interview. So, Daniel, you had been there. You lied in DTs. You lied. I was wanting to know earlier. I said, because him and Janie goes here and they show where the footprints were. They point in the direction that the footprints was. And I knew that they had done that, but I forgot about this. But he's going to show the trash can.
Investigation when
Nobody hardly ever plays this.
police found a
interview.
scrap of blanket on a nearby road.
I called it into RCMP when I realized it was a piece of a pink blanket found.
I need to see the rest of that interview. He called it into the RCMP. I guess I assume that he's talking about the one in the trash can because it's Madison drove Hayden, and Hayden's girlfriend back to the location where they saw the blanket. Gannon seized the blanket. Corporal Martin and his police dog, were called to the area. He took photographs of the blanket. He walked for about 1 kilometer in the area with the dog on the adjacent trail. They did not pick up a scent to complete a track. Watch this.
The rest was here in March.
Do you see how heavy that lid is?
The rest was
With the damn nail and everything else. Anyone? I'm guessing he means he called in the piece of blanket in the trash. No way, Jack and Lily.
here in Martell's trash bin. That blanket, one of the only clues as to what happened to 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan.
A piece of blanket was also seized from a garbage bin at the end of the family's driveway. Martell says it was the same blanket, but it had been ripped apart and thrown out.
I mean, it's mysterious as it is.
It had been ripped apart and torn out. You know, he had that shit sugar because the bears could get in it. Mm-hmm.
It is because
it had been ripped apart and thrown out.
I mean, it's mysterious as it is because the distance from the garbage bin to where the blanket was found is almost 1 kilometer. I was actually told there was a piece of a pink blanket that was found up the road in a tree. And I said, piece of a pink blanket? Like, and I put 2 and 2 together. I ran out to the garbage bin and I seen that there was a hole ripped in the bag. And clearly there was somebody who went into the garbage or something went on with the garbage for a piece of that to be ripped out. Because usually when you look...
Well, if something went on with the garbage, remember, Daniel, you said you put it in the garbage.
In the garbage bin, Daniel, and you see a garbage bag, usually it doesn't have a hand-sized hole ripped in the side of it.
That's
You're the
interesting.
hand-sized hole.
Now,
Daniel.
the pink blanket, when they told you about it, did they show you a picture?
The piece of the blanket? No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So they just told you they found a piece, and you went to the garbage bin. And
Yeah.
where in the
Hold on.
told you they found a piece?
The piece of the blanket? No.
Told you about it. Did they show you a picture? The piece.
The piece of the blanket? No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So they just told you they
His lizard lips.
found a piece, and you went to the garbage bin. And
Yeah.
where in the garbage bin was the bag that had the other part of the blanket? Was it towards the
Okay,
top, in the middle,
there
the
was
bottom?
These were like large industrial sized garbage bags, right?
How can you answer the question when he's not finished asking the question?
Okay.
And Mom would always yell at me, don't put so much garbage in one bag, because I would always make the bags like really heavy, right?
Okay.
And so I had the blanket was in a garbage bag, but there was another garbage bag that was inside, right? So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it and pulled something out. But it looked to be like somebody put their hand in there and ripped it out. But
Now,
the
well,
bag, the blanket was still at the bottom of the bag, right? It wasn't pulled all the way out. It wasn't anything like that. So
Was the trash bag in the bottom of the can or on top of like all the other trash?
It was the garbage bag. That one big garbage bag. That was like a 60-pound garbage bag, and it was that was the only bag that was in there.
Oh, okay. So there wasn't any other trash on top.
No, there was nothing else piled on top of it or underneath.
Absolutely, Sandwich. I thought he didn't know that was Lily's blanket, right? In the beginning, he denied it, and he is the only one that denied that was Lily's blanket in the beginning. Even Malaya said it was Lily's blanket. Now, Daniel, about a week or two later, started saying, "Oh yeah, that's Lily's blanket." In the beginning, he's the only one that denied it.
So if somebody opened the bin, that's the first thing that they would see.
Yeah, they would be able to see the pink blanket in there. Yeah.
Okay. And so it seems like in the documents that it alludes that they showed you guys a picture and that you guys confirmed it. Was that, if you didn't see a picture, do you know if Malaya?
And in the documents, it does say the parents confirmed it. However, he did absolutely deny it to the media for a couple weeks. And I've shown you guys that over and over and over. And it doesn't specifically say Daniel in the documents, says the parents, I think it says.
I'm not sure if she did or not. I have no idea.
You were the only one that lied, Daniel, on it.
Another key thing that came out in the documents is this pink blanket that, has come up in other stories we've reported on. And the key thing about this pink blanket is that it was found a kilometer from the trailer where Jack and Lily disappeared from, and it's perhaps the only physical clue in the case. So what's interesting is that Malaya's sister found this blanket along with two other family members the day the children were reported missing in the afternoon. And Daniel originally said that blanket was not Lily's. Malaya said the blanket was Lily's. Then Daniel suggested that the people who found the blanket planted it.
See, even the reporter just said Daniel denied, Malaya confirmed, and then Daniel said it was planted. Magdalena, how you doing, darling? 6 months, you're a rock star. You would imagine the RCMP would check the garbage bins when they were looking for Lily and Jack. So maybe investigators made a tear, but Dee was worried about the blanket for some reason since he ran to the garbage. I think it was a blunder that they didn't check the trash, number one. I don't think that they tore the trash at all because Daniel goes and records it with his brother. And again, I think the RCMP blundered it as well because they didn't come and check. They didn't come and get the blanket for like a day or two, and it sat in the trash, according to the documents. I think that is just bad that the RCMP didn't do
So
that.
I spoke with Malaya's sister, Haley Ferdinand, who found the blanket, and she denies having planted anything.
We most certainly did not. And that's on everything I have, the person I am. I would not do that in the midst of to obstruct a case for missing children, regardless if they're related to me or not. I would never.
So why do you think Daniel is suggesting that you planted it? He told that to me as well.
Probably because I was the one that was hot on his ass the whole time we were there.
Okay.
And he didn't like me from the get-go when I got there because he would not speak to any of Malaya's family when we showed up to help the search for Lily and Jack. He'd put his head down. He would ignore us. He would walk away from us. He wouldn't engage in conversation. And I kept at him.
Yeah. Daniel wouldn't talk to the police, or not talk to the police. He would not talk to Malaya's family. Now, why wouldn't you talk to Malaya's family? Why are you keeping your head down? Because you're mathed out and you don't want to speak to Malaya's family because they know you're a piece of crap already, and they can read your ass. And they did read your ass.
I was there for Jack and Lily, and I'm still here for Jack and Lily.
God, look at those little babies. Bless her.
We're not sure what all of this means, but it's very interesting information and perhaps the only physical clue that the public knows about at this point.
You remember whenever, what was it? The reporter came and said, when Malaya had just left and Daniel was so upset, he told the reporter, and nobody even was even looking at Daniel or Malaya at the time. Daniel said, Malaya's going to blame it all on me. And the reporter's like, what do you mean? And he's like, never mind. Crazy. Very bad. Do they use black trash bags? I can't remember. I think they're clear. If I recall correctly, I think they're clear trash bags in that area. Who puts out 60 pounds of trash in a bag, especially if they know they have to take out to the trash? Well, yeah. Why was there just one bag of trash in that very conveniently? You know what I mean? A lot of interesting stuff. Guys, thank you all so much for joining me. I think we're getting there. I think it's starting to move. And with Jack and Lily's case, and we're just going to have to wait till the end of this month and see how Daniel pleads and go from there. But the RCMP did say in a quote that they are considering criminality. First time they said this in the case. Not just all options are on the table. They actually said criminality as well. I might be back in a couple hours. I don't know. We'll see with Nancy Guthrie case as well. We'll have to see how the night goes. Much love to each and every one of you. If I don't see you later tonight, Lord willing, I will see you tomorrow. Justice for Jack and Lilly Sullivan. Thank you all so much for being here. I do appreciate your time. You all are freaking rock stars. Love you guys. Bye-bye.